Hey guys, Asher coming at you today with another Raid Shadow Legends champion guide, this time on Fyna the Blade of Avaria, the High Elf Faction Lord. Really cool champion. Can't wait to get into the kit. But before that, a few shoutouts to you guys. We have Chakadoko 1. We have Michelle K9 Trainer. That's a pretty cool job. And then we have Ankit, excuse me. And then Lucas looking for a Fyna guide. Let's go ahead and take a look at this faction, the second faction lord to be added to the game in the High Elves faction, and see what she's bringing to the table. All right, guys, so she is, as I said, obviously a high elf. Here she is here. Aesthetically, she looks really cool. She has apparently all of the faction lords, I guess, will have this cape banner. What do you call it? A banner, I guess, right? The faction banner. We can see it also on Aislinn, who was the first faction lord. He's carrying, well, the banner of the banner lords, right? It's right in the name, Ash. So he's carrying their banner, and Fyna is carrying the high elf banner. Do you guys think that we'll get a Sacred Order banner leader faction, whatever it is, next? Time will tell. I would imagine maybe they'll just go in order, since they just went with the first two factions on the list first. Either way, what does she do? First of all, she looks awesome, right? Like, I love the aesthetics around this champion. She's super fast. Her base speed is 113, which is crucial to her kit. She has an aura that gives speed in all battles by 20%, but then ally crit rate in battles to high elves by 15%. It's not bad if you want to build an all high elf team around this champion, which is really fun to do so. I feel like you could make an A tier team around her. Unfortunately, not an S tier, so you're not going to see a high elf meta, so to speak, in the end game, but you can definitely have some fun and make some pretty crazy teams, and frankly do things that no other champion in the entire game can even come close to doing, mainly revolving around her passive. But first, her A1 attacks one enemy. We have a 65% chance when booked of increasing the cooldown of a random skill on the target by 2 turns. When counterattacking, it will team up with a random ally, and the ally joining the attack will use their default skill. Very powerful to have that counterattack and that lockout potential, so it's a very strong A1 in Sword Through Time. Sword Through Time, I just like the name of the ability as well. Will not falter. 3-turn cooldown. Plays a block debuff, a block damage, and a counterattack on a target ally, including herself if you wanted to, for 2 turns. If the target is not this champion, it resets the cooldown of all of their skills. This skill's cooldown cannot be decreased. That's so good. You can't be locked out. You can't lock it out. Warlord won't touch it. So this allows her to come in as an anti-Warlord, anti-Yumeko, anti-Crixia option, and basically withstand their lockout and come through, and whatever ally on your team that you want to reduce their cooldowns and put them right back to where they were before the lockout, you can do so with the A2 ability. Exalted Lineage on her A3. Increase attack, increase crit rate, increase crit damage on all allies for 2 turns. If there's one other high elf on the team in addition to her, right, this is +1 faction ally, we get an extra turn. That's awesome. Right out the gate, we can open up with the increase attack, increase crit rate, increase crit damage, and then go with the A2 and place a block debuff, block damage, counterattack on an ally, and reset their cooldowns if they went first. That's a very powerful opening 1-2 punch with the extra turn. If there's 2 faction allies, before placing buffs, removes all debuffs from all allies. We get a full cleanse there as well. And then if there's 3, everything is protected. Oh my God, that's strong. If there's a 4 high elf team with her, stand aside, because it's going to get bananas. Lead from the front is the passive, where it all makes everything just insanely strong. Whenever a buff placed on an ally fills their turn meter by 3%. If there's 1 faction ally in addition to her, allies deal 25% more damage when attacking out of their active turns. So vis-a-vis retribution, counterattack, etc. She has the counterattack on the A2, keep that in mind. 2 high elves, whenever a buff is removed or stolen from an ally, or when it expires, fills their turn meter by 10%. Okay, great. Well, we're getting a lot of buffs removed and placed just off of these abilities. We have 6 buffs. Tons of turn meter fill. 3 faction allies. Allies will ignore 5% of target's defense for each buff on them. Again, she is bringing 6 buffs on her own. So we can already build in a 30% ignore defense just by going first. Add in a bolster set, 35 ignore defense. Add in a couple more buffs, 45. We can get 50% ignore defense with this ability. It is an insanely strong passive, which it ought to be. She's a faction, you know, guardian. This is how I built my Fyna. I think it's pretty obvious. We just want her really fast, right? All right, guys, so the build on Fyna, Blade of Avaria, we have speed, survivability, and that's basically it. A little bit of accuracy for that A1. Keep in mind, that's the only reason that we need accuracy in our kit. So we have 312 speed. That's going to be the #1 most important stat on this champion. Just get her as fast as you can. A little bit of survivability is always going to be good as well. We have HP. We have 2 speed sets and 1 righteous set on her. We have HP percentage on the gauntlets here from a speed set. Could do a little bit better with the speed substats, but we'll take it. We have defense percentage on the chest, and we have speed on the boots. We have accuracy on the banner. We have HP on the amulet and HP on the ring. So again, a nice balance of survivability. We do not have her awakened, but if we did, we would probably go with, I don't know, if you're just going to go all out speed with her, I think you could use her as your intimidating presence option on your team. If you're building her in the arena with enough accuracy, definitely go polymorph. If you're building her with enough accuracy outside the arena, now I think you could find other brimstone options. You might want to just go with a CC debuff or a potentially even lightning cage for PvE. Those are some options. Let's see what hellhades.com recommends. They recommend for a general PvE mastery build to go down and pick up War Master. Support tree looks about right to me. I did not go with this mastery build, though, on my account. I will show you. Oh, I wanted to see what they recommended, too, for... They say Life Harvest for the arena in Brimstone for the late game. I'm not sure if it's worth Brimstone on this champion, but, you know, Brimstone is so powerful, you can almost make a case for anybody, right? These are the masteries that I went with. It's kind of an arena build, but it's going to do you just fine in PvE as well. You're just going to be leaving some damage off the table without the War Master, right? So definitely go, if you're going to primarily be using her on like in High Elf Faction Wars or in dungeon content, go with War Master. If you want to use her in the arena with some gnarly High Elf team like we're going to showcase today, go with defense and support, right? So we come down with Retribution. We come down with Deterrence as well. I will say one thing here is Bloodthirst. I would not get Bloodthirst. I don't know why I picked it up. I would definitely go Resurgent over Bloodthirst. Most important masteries, Retribution, Deterrence to counterattack, thus again having allies join in with that A1, thus again utilizing her for the cooldowns, the control off the A1, right? And then we have Lasting Gifts, probably the most important mastery on this champion. Listen, in the good column, she's putting so many buffs out there, right? It's going to be tons and tons of extensions, which is awesome. Extension on counterattack, super powerful. It's going to be great. It will not work with block damage. Keep that into consideration. So 5, I guess, technically, right? That being said, though, keep in mind that if they take longer to expire, those buffs, we're also going to wait a little bit, delay on that turn meter boost from the passive. It's a little downside, but it does not mitigate the upside. So we're definitely going to go with Lasting Gifts. And I came down, I picked up Timely Intervention. Increases champion's turn meter by 20% whenever an ally hero drops below 25%. Why is that useful? Well, we can reset the cooldown of our healers, of our revivers. Moreover, we can just target whoever needs it the most with a block damage off the A2 ability. All right, guys, so I'm going to switch wardrobes really quickly. And I'm going to give you, I've already done, I have not shown the build of this champion yet, but I did an arena spotlight on a full High Elf team that I want to share with you guys from a video that I had recorded for my other channel, but it's still just as relevant here. I will show you really quickly kind of what the team looks like, but since I subsequently had to rebuild the other champions, but this is going to be the squad. Nonetheless, it's Arbiter. I just don't have any gear on Arbiter right now, but Arbiter, Supreme Elhain, Fyna, and Pixiel. That's right, Pixiel is going to be spotlight in today's video. Why? Because she has 2 buffs on the A2 ability, right? She's going to add more buffs. Thus, Supreme Elhain, even though she has no ignore defense ability inside her entire kit, there's nothing that ignores enemy defense anywhere in here. In Savage, in Helm Smasher, plus the 9 buffs we're able to give her between Pixiel, Bolster, and Fyna, we're going to be able to get her to ignore 95% of enemy defense. That is amazing. Let's start easy and then work our way up, right? So I'm going to have to put her in the lead just so I can get all of that crit rate, okay? But I want to show you against an easy team to start out just to show you what this squad can do here. Look at Pixie. She looks so good. She looks so good. You're looking good, girl.
It is sharp. That will cut.
So we start out with a bolster set. I have bolster on Pixie. So we're going to open up, as I said, with the A3. All protected nuker buffs, right? And then we can choose to put the A2 on. I'm going to put it on Supreme Elhain. So look at that. She's already at 7 buffs. In this situation, I can go either way. I'm just going to go with the A2. 9 buffs, ignoring 45% defense built in. I mean, that's insane. So with Supreme Elhain's A3 crack shot, she grants an extra turn if you kill an enemy. She can kill anybody, you know, except for Skull Crown. She can kill anybody here easily. I mean, whatever. A lot of damage. A lot of damage. Supreme Elhain is normally I think, a very good nuker. I don't think she's like a top nuker in the game, but she can smack, you know? She's a very competent nuker. I thought about, if you noticed, I do have a +2 empowered Supreme Elhain, which is pretty good, but I don't have her awakened at all. Neither do I have it on Fyna, obviously. I'd rather have her awakened than empowered, you know? But either way, she's still gonna be good. All right, so here we go again. You can see we don't need the cleanse in that situation. Now, in this situation, if I wanted to, if I thought that I was in peril, if the other team went first, if I thought I was going to die for whatever reason, I could just use the You Will Not Falter to get the block damage on an Arbiter and keep her alive for 2 turns to revive everybody else. So I do have some flexibility on what I want to do here. I could also put it on this champion, on Fyna as well. So this time, again, let's go in with the freeze. See, okay, kind of worried about this team. You know, they might cut in line, which they would have, but they all missed their turn because they were frozen, okay? Let's go ahead and pop off and take care of their Reviver first. 200 and whatever thousand damage. And then we go in, big girl nukes there. Do have to be careful of Nutcracker because he could wipe everybody out. But, okay, we're okay. You gotta be scared. You gotta be scared and careful going against Nutcracker. All right, let's keep it going here. Let's just keep going down the line here. So now we're getting up there. This is a very tanky team. Who did even have a nuker on this team?
You don't want to know.
Yeah, Harima. As I was saying earlier, guys, I was thinking initially, could I use somebody else on this team, right? Could I use so they have UDK. My mind's all over the place here. Let's give the 9 buffs and let's just go into the AoE this time. Boom. Okay. So pretty good. They got emergency heal though. I hate that. And I think it's pretty cool at the same time. I hate that blessing emergency heal. All right. So Harima's going to go. She might wipe. Ooh, we stay alive. Good. All right. Let's just do Elva, whatever. All right, I shouldn't even done that, but it's okay. Yeah, let's just turn meter boost here. Let's live on the edge a little bit, right? Gonna have to have a Harima A3. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Oh no, I'm having regrets. Can we kill UDK? Boom! We kill UDK, we get an extra turn. Let's go ahead and A1 there. Ooh, ouch. All right, Harima's gonna smoke. Oh, look at this. We can cleanse all this stuff off. We can take the extra turn, and we can put it on... We can put the block damage on Arbiter just in case Harima gets nasty on that A3. Isn't this great? You see how fast this team is too? Keep in mind, all that extra turn meter we're getting from all those buffs on Fyna. It doesn't show up in the proverbial stat sheet, but it's good. All right, let's come back in here. I wish I had her A3 available, but we're alive at least, right? And we did that, how? Through Fyna's damage, through her, whatchamacallit there, right? Her A2 to keep Arbiter alive there. Otherwise, we would be toast and done. Now we can heal a little bit here with the continuous heal. Oof, so close. It's a lot of damage. I'm not sure how much of this enemy defense has been mitigated by Harima. It looks like I don't want to say we're going to lose this one yet. I don't want to say it. All right. Now, let me talk to you. Let me be real about a team like this, first of all, right? Super cool. I think it's one of the more fun arena teams that we've highlighted here in a while. And obviously all made possible by Fyna. I have a thought, though. First of all, I will say, to be totally real with you guys, as much as it really bums me out to say it, I don't think, ooh, should I go Arbiter? Now, I have to go Arbiter here with the A2 because I don't want to deal with that, and I knew I had to revive, you know? As you're seeing right now, though, oh, we're still alive. We're still alive. As we're seeing right now, I don't think there's going to be like a super viable team or strategy end game. It's just not. I mean, you can see it right here in this battle, right? It's super fun, has a lot of potential, but it's just not strong. I mean, it's so cool, but the faction itself is not strong enough, I feel like, right? To take advantage of this in the end game as like a meta comp in like live arena or whatever, right? We're just missing, I mean, Supreme Elhain is very good, but we're just missing that lockout champion or something like those, like a warlord or a, you know, it's a Yumeko. It's so dependent on who a high elf is, who we can use as high elves. I don't think we're going to be seeing Pixniel in the end game, but it's a really, really fun comp. Let's keep it going here for a couple more because I thought about other nukers I could use as well. You know, what other nukers could I use? An Ethos or whatever? I have Ethos, not empowered at all, but I have him fully awakened. But I think that I still think Supreme Elhain is going to be better for the arena specifically. Anyway, what I wanted to mention, guys, is with this whole thing, right? Let's just see if we can pop off UDK. He doesn't have Stone Skin. Should be able to easily. I mean, look at all those buffs. Look at all that ignore defense. Boom. And that was not very impressive, but we did. All right. Siffy, did she take a turn yet? I'm not sure if that was mitigation or not. Either way. Here's one thing that I was thinking about for faction lords. I want before I run this by Plarium, I want to run it by you guys, right? And this is important because I think it could be actually I think it's a really good idea if I do say so myself. But I'm not sure. I haven't run it by anybody, right? So that is, do you guys think that it would be better to have faction lords unbannable in live arena as a perk to being a faction lord?
I need it more than you.
I know it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. But the problem with faction lords is I love the concept. I think it's super cool. It's a really, I love that there's one faction leader or whatever that can get so much more out of everybody else in their faction. To me, that's like really awesome. But you can't use it in live arena at all because they're obviously just going to ban the faction lord if it's too powerful or if all the synergy is built around one particular champion, right? Do you think making a rule like that would be, oops, I didn't even notice that I was going right into Stone Skin. Do you think making a rule like that would be like, okay, it's a little bit much to have special rules for special champions? Because I can understand that point of view, but I mean, look at her counterattacking. It's insane. Look at with the counterattack. Oh. Boom! I was thinking that would be a really cool idea, personally, you know? Would love to hear what you guys think about it, too. But to me, I was like, you know what? That might be pretty dang fun, because then it would really mitigate the only downside is that, like, live arena, they're trying to push live arena. I know a lot of you guys don't care for live arena. I actually really like it. We got locked out and dead here. So that's gonna, if we don't go first, that's gonna be a problem on this team as well, right? But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about that idea? Can't ban faction lords. They're unbannable, right? That way you can build teams around them and it can inform the type of strategy that you decide to use. You know, I think on that last battle or a couple battles ago, I should have just, let's try to knock out Pythion. Nice and easy, man. All this ignore defense from a champion who she's not supposed to have any ignore defense in her entire kit, you know? I like it. I think it's super, super cool. Let's go in here. We'll take the extra turn again. She'll revive. We'll come back around and we'll nuke them all to death. Boom. There we go. Kinda. So there it is, guys. That is that's my video spotlight. I think this is a really cool team. What do you think? This is officially, by the way, the first highlight ever of Pixniel in action on the channel. She's finally got her time in the sun. Finally. Let's do this last team. Or if you guys have any other ideas of, because to me that's, I don't know, man. I don't want to say it bothers me. Let's try it. I think we're gonna go next here, right? Yeah. Who we want to pop off here this time? Let's try to pop off Duchess, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, let's see. Boom. Okay, take another turn. Ooh! If only we had we had Soul Reaper to come in there, right? Let's get Siffy out, get another revive, but it's okay. We're so fast that we're gonna already get back to the crack shot, already take an extra turn again. We're already one turn away from the A1 again. Let's go in with the freeze. Let's get a nice cleanse here. Let's get the A2. I'm going to put the A2 this time on Arbiter because Rotos scares the hell out of me. Need to keep our Reviver alive. He's going to be cleansed that freeze. He's going to pop off 1. He's going to pop off 2. You know who you can't pop off, though, is my Arby. There we go. I'm still standing. Better than I ever been. All right, all right, all right. Boom, boom. Okay. Ooh, this is a big moment of truth here. Ah, I needed that cleanse so bad right there. But the cool thing is, in this situation, I can get some increased defense. I can buff everybody up. I can take my extra turn. I'm going to give it to Arbiter. That's going to reset the cooldown of all of her abilities. Most importantly, the revive, so we can get Supreme Elhain right back up and standing. Now, of course, Rotos, the Lost Groom, I'm going to go in there and try to decrease the cooldown of his abilities. We can't control Rotos because if he's on the same team, she'll cleanse him every time. But we can control him vis-a-vis the... oh, Pixniel taking him down. Pixniel, baby! Look at this. Okay, whose cooldowns do I want to decrease this time? As much as I want to give all the buffs to... Yeah, let's do it. Who cares? Let's live on the edge a little bit, right? Got to be so careful of Rotos because he can ignore defense. I mean, ignore block damage, rather. Sorry. And defense. Mountain King. Okay, looks like I should have given it. Looks like I should have given it to Arbiter, huh, guys? Oh, all I need is 1 turn. And we're right back in this. We can freeze, but not Rotos. Yeah, I think we're smoked here. Let's see. Oh, I feel like Rotos is going to let me have it right now. He's going to let me... Oh, no. That's 1. That's 2. And that's 3. And that's 4. Oh, Rotos! So you're seeing right now why, unfortunately, a team like this can't and won't be top end game meta. But holy crap, it is super fun. And there's a lot of promise in these lords, I think. Are you high on them? Are you low on them? Let me know what you think about it. I guess I'll end with the thing that I've been mentioning in every lord, faction lord video that I've had here. Is I so wish they would really, really give some thought into making these reward champions for particular factions vis-a-vis fragments. So add an additional level or 2 or whatever you want to do, 5 levels to faction wards, and then at the final red boss of each faction war, you give fragments towards these lord champions. I think that would be so much better than random, you know, basically you can't pull them from shards, only special events right now, you know, basically spend.
I am happy.
Anyway, guys, we're going to end it there. Thank you so much for watching till the end of the video. And as always, take care, guys.